Rishi Sunak is ordering a review of, quote, anti-car schemes across the country. Oh, big intake of breath there, Ed.
Who's this for? The RAC?
Yeah.
Is it for Formula One fans?
Yeah.
And for people who wear Ferrari clothes?
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, it's for...
And for everyone else who drives a car. But I think it's like the short-termism.
It is for... I'll tell you exactly who it's for. It is for the over 80% of all journeys made in the UK which take place in a car. That's who it's for.
Mm-hmm.
That is who it's for. And one of the sort of... I guess one of the things that really frustrates me about all of this is the sort of... the power of the motoring lobby. The big car. No, it's like phrasing these things as anti-car schemes, right? They are actually, they're pro-human schemes. And when what he's talking about, right? He's talking about ULEZ and low traffic neighborhoods. And probably that's it. So basically, schemes that are intended to reduce the amount of nitrogen dioxide in the air, which the NHS estimates kills an additional 28,000 people every year in the country. So when you say anti-car, what you mean is pro-human, and what you're essentially saying is, no, you should die so that
I can drive
so that I can drive
past the school.
Yeah, to the shop.
Yeah.
Which is mental. I mean, like, what's a good comparison? You know, e-scooters. We talk about e-scooters. People want them banned. I think most of them are banned, or in some way.
You can't drive them on
There's
the
fucking
road.
Tons of them everywhere. Anyway, and I'm not being like, get rid of the fucking e-scooters. But anyway, so huge amounts of political attention, media attention, loads of debates surrounding these things. They barely kill anyone. And I know that's not exactly a good campaign slogan.
But also, if they do, it probably involves a car.
Yeah, do you know? Yeah, exactly. Do you know what does kill a load of people? Cars. Globally, cars kill more people than AIDS now. This is what we're talking about. They write people off, and yet because 80% of these journeys take place in cars, people can't comprehend or understand that. They think that by being taxed, i.e., you're going to have to, pay some of the costs for this because you keep putting people in hospital with your driving, with your emissions, with your actually, and this is another side to it as well, is obesity. I think it's a third of adults in England live a sedentary non-active sedentary lifestyle, and it's because you get out of bed where you've not been sitting down in bed, but you've been lying down, right? So actually it's probably the most extreme form of sitting down. Right?
Yeah.
Now, fair play, you walk to the shower.
Yep.
I don't mind sitting down in the shower. You've got a nice little, sit down shower seat. Some people have that. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, right? You get in your car, you drive to work, you sit in your office chair, you drive back to work, and then after a long, hard day of sitting down, you then sit on the sofa to relax. And then, again, the extreme version of sitting down, you lie down to go to bed. And you sleep, and you live this sedentary lifestyle. There are huge negative health outcomes, not just for the people that are outside the cars, but the people that actually drive them as well. And if you're not going to do anything about it, if you're going to say, no, actually, ULEZ is bad, what you're essentially saying to those people around the car that's polluting is your lungs are subsidizing the car if they're not going to pay. That's what you're advocating for.
Your lungs are a price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, that's magnanimous.
For this car.
It's absolutely magnanimous of you. And I know people get super, super angry about this. And that's actually kind of the point, because we've sort of organized, planned, and then developed cities, particularly mostly sort of cities and urban developments, where it is impossible to imagine living without a car, because the supermarket is in the suburbs, the shopping center is out of town, but it doesn't have to be like that.
No.
And we've become so reliant on car driving. What about children, right? Safe public spaces for them to play and be outside. Their roads are full of cars. The elderly, when they're no longer fit to drive, no longer have access to all of these places. So I don't think it's ideal or good that we are as reliant on cars as we are, and to sort of to fixate and defend on them. It's like it's cheap and easy politics.
But I think that speaks to, I think I've made this point before. Yeah, you're right. We should be thinking in grander schemes, and we should be able to like think about a world in which every part of the UK has adequate and great public transport. But it doesn't, and I think the British public lacks the imagination or appetite for that change. The most radical policy platform of the last, half century was rejected vehemently, and it was kind of ridiculed, being like, "You want free broadband for everybody?" Well, obviously, there's other things, other factors going to why Corbyn lost that election, but it wasn't like people weren't. Oh, I don't like Corbyn, but I love that manifesto. I think there a political project like that would just not get off the ground, because people would be like, "Oh, it's people." Who is it? Is it Trash Future talk about like Britain is like the Soviet Union except nothing works?
Yeah,
I think it's like we've just like, oh, you'll have nothing for breakfast and be happy about it.
Yeah, take your medicine.
And do you know what that makes me think?
What?
Britain today would not build the atomic bomb.
Yeah, 100%. You're so right. You're so right.
Think about like genuinely.
Because we're dumb. We don't understand particle physics. We don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. Can a particle drive a car? Don't think so. Useless. Absolutely fucking useless. Second of all,
your hat's weird.
Yeah,
weird hat.
Yeah, your hat is weird. Your hat is weird, son. Don't like that. She's a communist. She's a fucking communist. Get out of you're going to prison, Sonny. You're going for prison.
Is that Laura
for a very long
Pidcock
time.
there? The communist?
Outrageous. And you know what? Your magic socialist grandpa, he wouldn't press the big red button because you and all you socialists, you're fucking pussies.
Yep.
You ain't got the minerals. You ain't got the minerals to wipe out life on Earth.
Harry fucking Truman. I think it's actually a genuine analogy there. If you think about the Nazis winning World War II as analogous to climate change and like the end of the human race as we know it. So what America did was they put all the smartest people in the world, dedicated them to one project, gave them $2 billion in 1945 money, which is
a lot of money.
A gazillion pounds, a gazillion dollars.
That's actually the exchange rate, yeah.
Yeah, it's a gazillion. And they gave them resources to because it was seen as like an existential issue about life as we know it. We have one of them.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we need to get that oil out of the fucking ground, brother.
Hell yeah! I refrained from making the gag, but when you asked me, do you ever think about what would have happened if the Nazis won World War II? And I was going to say yes all the time, but then decided that making a joke that I was a big fat Nazi was improper. So I didn't say it, but I've announced that I have. No, this is Cheem's mindset.
Yep.
This is actually what it is. This is we used to be a country that made things. Ed, America put a man on the moon and built a bomb that could kill every single fucking person on this planet. Yeah. Well, we've done some pretty shady shit as well.
Like fucking Blur.
But
that was 30 years ago, man.
Yeah, that's it.
This is it.
Oh, great. No. The argument goes, Britain was once a nation, not saying this is a good thing, that built a ginormous empire that colonized a third of the planet, and now we can't build 200 miles of high-speed rail. What the fuck is wrong with us? And I'm broadly in agreement.
In Cambridge.
Yeah.
The scientists would have nowhere to live.
Yeah. We're doing something about that. I don't know if you heard.
But they don't want to. Some be like, they're like, scientists shouldn't have anywhere to live and also not be here.
You okay?
No, it's fucking shit.